record. All right, well, hello, welcome to my Permission to Charge show. My name is Jessica Riverson. My company is Permission to Charge, and I help female entrepreneurs primarily, and some awesome men, to charge their worth, figure out how to properly package and price their expertise, and master the sales conversation so they can enroll clients and be very successful. So today I'm really excited. Hey, Fabrizio. I'm really excited because I am going to talk about how I have used Facebook to attract $10,000 plus clients working with me. I'm going to share some of my stats and some tips and some free tools. So I'm really excited to do that. If you would post in the comments below, where are you tuning in from? What's your specialty? And follow each other, follow others that are in here. Hey, Claire, nice to meet you. So, and if you're just joining us, I'm going to be talking about how I've used Facebook to attract clients. Hey, Danielle. I've been following you, Danielle. So everybody follow Danielle as well, because I know she's very active on Periscope and I think Blab as well. So hello and welcome, everyone. I'm going to talk about what I've done with Facebook really in the past year. And I'm asking everyone to post where are you from and what's your specialty. So awesome. All right. And if you can click the little button that says tell a little bird, then this will spread this out because I know a lot of people want to hear this information. And I'm going to get started sharing some of my stats. I'm also going to share with you my secret weapon, which is my Facebook mentor. So I don't think she can get on today. She was on my Blab yesterday. Hey, David. I'm going to share with you some tools that she has to offer as well. Okay, so going over some of my stats. Now, keep in mind, the stats I'm telling you are not coming from my paid Facebook ads. That's actually, those are different stats. So everything I'm telling you is things I've done for free. And I just realized I need to pull up something because I wanted to show you guys something cool in a moment on my phone. All right, so the biggest stats is that 60% of my clients are coming from Facebook. And if you're just joining, I'm a business coach. My company is Permission to Charge. And so I'm working with mainly coaches and consultants and service providers, pricing and packaging their expertise. And I teach them about how to do your sales consultation or your discovery session. So 60% of my clients are coming from Facebook now. Previously, the way that I would attract well-paying, awesome clients was to go and speak locally here in the Seattle area. And I love doing that. And I do look for opportunities for that, and opportunities come my way, and I'm always grateful. But I have a teenager and a toddler, so 17-year-old and a 2-year-old. And I didn't want to always be leaving the house to go speak or go to networking events. And the whole point of having an online business or working from home is so that you have that flexibility and you don't have to leave your house if you don't want to. And I've actually worked from home since I was 19 and I'm 36. So I've been working at home my whole adult life. So fun fact about me. So yeah, that's really awesome for me that I have transferred a lot of my strategies into online strategies. Now I am getting most of my clients from Facebook. Hi, Asil. Hey, Andrew. So if you're just hopping on, tell us where you're from and what your specialty is. Like, what is your business? Because I'm assuming you're on this because you want to grow your business through Facebook. Also, please tell a little bird. And if you like what I'm saying, you can give me props down here. There's these yellow hands. Thank you. I'm like, hey, are you guys not liking this? You're not giving me any props. And I'm not I don't even know how this all works, you guys. I'm pretty new. I know on Periscope you try to get hearts, so I'm not trying to get a lot of props from you guys for a specific reason, more just so I can know that you're actually, liking what I'm talking about. Okay, so I've told you stat 1. Charlotte, that's awesome. I keep meeting people from Charlotte. Like, I am meant to go to Charlotte. Yeah, like every Blab I've been on, there's someone from Charlotte. Yeah, when I come, I want to hang out with you because I see what you do online and you look like you're awesome and fun to hang out with. Hey, from LA, Olympic trainer. Yeah, I think you were on the other day too. Awesome. Yeah, let's do it. Okay, so 60% of clients coming from Facebook. And I'm not including my Facebook ads because I just started running another campaign. So most of these ads are coming from just free stuff that I'm doing. I've also been able to attract consultations. I call what I do a consultation. Thanks, Andy. When I work with clients, I call it a consultation. I know a lot of you might call it a discovery session, a clarity call, or a strategy session. So if I say consultation, I'm talking about that conversation that you have before you enroll someone, the conversation that inspires someone to sign up and work with you. So I've been able to book consultations through a single Facebook post. I primarily use Facebook groups, engagement and interacting. And by the way, I'm not perfect. So I try not to come off spammy, and I've made all the mistakes. I know I've, annoyed people sometimes. So that's how you learn. And if all of us can't be forgiving and realize that we're all mastering our marketing skills and mastering the best way to deliver a message, like, don't get mad at people. If they say something in your group that's not right, just send them a nice message. You can delete it. But this is all learning, right? We're learning how to market online effectively. So be kind to yourself and be kind to other people, because most people don't have an intention to annoy or bother other people. We're just excited about our message. So something that I've done is posted in Facebook groups about my free consultation. Hey, Lee. Hey, Kaylin. Hey, Ted. Hi, Dan. Go ahead and post where you're from and what your specialty is. I want to know, are you a coach? Are you a consultant? We have a personal trainer. Like, what do you do? Because I know you're here listening to this Blab because you want to grow your business online through Facebook. All right. And by the way, I'm not a Facebook expert. I'm a business coach. I specialize in pricing and packaging. But I am excited about these results, and I'm excited to tell you about who I've learned all this great stuff from. So I will be revealing that soon for those of you that weren't on the Blab yesterday. Okay, so a single post, being able to imagine you post something and someone books a consultation with you within like 30 minutes. How cool is that? So that has actually awesome. Thanks for sharing that, Dan Goodwin. Awesome. Thank you. If you guys could also press the button that says tell a little birdie, that will share this with other people, because I know a lot of people probably want to know this information. So if you could do that right now, it says tell a little bird, press that, and it'll tweet out that you're listening to this Blab. Also, please follow each other. There's a lot of people on here live. Follow each other. Follow April. Follow Danielle. Follow everyone so you can stay connected and get onto their Blabs. Also this year, something I've done is start a Facebook group, which I know some of you have your own Facebook groups and some of you are in a lot of Facebook groups, but it's a great strategy. Thanks for the props. I've grown that group from 0 to, I think today we had 378 members. So I'm pretty happy about that. I think that's a great number. I'd love to grow it larger, and I'm working on that. But that's been a great strategy. And I've been teaching some of my clients to do that. And I just want to let you know, when you first start your group, it doesn't necessarily mean you're going to get clients like the first month. Yes, Danielle, absolutely. I see you in a lot of Facebook groups. I love what you post. So follow Danielle, because I think she is really good at, being authentic online and sharing her message. So if you want to see someone doing it, definitely follow her. So it takes at least for me, it took a few months before anyone bought my group programs or signed up for private coaching with me from my group. So you're building that know, like, and trust factor. We hear it all the time, right? So, you definitely want to just be positive, like start your group and don't be like, oh my God, no one's hiring me. That's not the point. You're building a community. You're creating connections that people will want to work to you later. That it's inevitable. Okay. If you're really there and being present and contributing to your group. So that's something that I've done through Facebook. So how have I done that? Well, for one thing, being a part of other groups and letting people know that I have a group. Be careful on the guidelines. Try not to break the rules. I've gotten in trouble, so I try not to break the rules. Be respectful of people's guidelines in their groups, but you can invite people from your email list, because, okay, how many people open your emails, right? Like 20%, 30% if you're lucky. So a lot of those people are not always reading your emails. So if you can get them into your Facebook group, we know they're on Facebook. So now you can engage with them through Facebook, through your email list. So you can invite people. Did you get in trouble, Andy? I know that really sucks. I hate that. I always feel like the worst person on the planet. That's why I'm saying be nice to people. Yeah, I would love to know your strategy, Danielle. Oh, actually, I'm in your funnel. I'm in Danielle's funnel. Will you post one of your links, Danielle, so people can get into your Facebook group? So yeah, absolutely. You can have a lead magnet that's leading people like, hey, I have this great group for coaches, or I have this great group for nutritionists, like whatever your topic is, you can create a Facebook group and you can create a lead magnet that gets people in there. I'm just going to run through my stats more quickly because I realize I have so many, and I have a discovery session coming up, or a consultation. You can call it whatever you want. I've enrolled 10K clients. Okay, so how have I done that? For one thing, when you're present and active in groups, people start to see you as a credible expert. So if you're sharing tips and tools and lots of pictures, I tried to do a picture with every post that I post, and I learned that from my Facebook mentor. She told me that you always need to have a picture and that's very important. And that's something I've taken to heart this year in particular, and made sure that I try to do a picture every time. And I even got a selfie stick, which I thought people with selfie sticks were really weird. But I have my own selfie stick now. And my daughter, who's 2 years, she's not even 2 yet, she's almost 2. She says, is this your selfie stick? So it's kind of like really scary that she can say selfie stick. But I'm all about, I want to grow my business online, right? So we have to use tools that can help us. You can take great pictures with this. So before, like when you're doing something, these are some tips I got from my Facebook mentor that I want to share. For example, one was like, use a selfie stick, take a lot of pictures, and show behind the scenes pictures. So I'm, as much as possible, trying to show behind the scenes. So if I'm doing a business intensive one-on-one with a client at a nice hotel, I'm taking pictures and I'm posting them, and I'm talking about, the day and what we accomplished. If sometimes I'll just take a picture, like right before this Blab, I took a picture of myself sitting right here, and then I posted it and I said, I'm going on Blab. That might be why some of you came here, actually. So the whole behind the scenes pictures and sharing those through Facebook is something that people start to see you. They feel like they know you. They're getting like the behind the scenes of your life or your business. And that's like drawing them in and feeling like they're creating a relationship with you. I've had a lot of people say they're following me, which is, a couple years ago, no, I don't think anyone ever said that they were following me. So that's really cool. I've been asked to be on a lot of telesummits, podcasts, and radio shows. Again, that's all happening by posting consistently, posting pictures, sharing information on Facebook. People have purchased my group online programs while I've been asleep, and I've woken up, and someone, for example, the other day I shared that I did a great webinar. I was like, hey, I did this great webinar. I'm really excited about it. I posted a picture of a screenshot of me doing the webinar, and I didn't post a link or anything because that was against the guidelines in this particular group. And I had like 10 or 12 people message me and say, Jessica, I would like to watch that webinar. And maybe some of you are some of the same people. And then I personally messaged every single person back, and it took me maybe 15 minutes. And I gave them the link to the webinar, and then I followed up with them. So a lot of this is just being social, right? I filled a group program earlier this year. It's a very low price point program, but I did that all through posting in Facebook groups. I had a pretty hot topic and people were interested. Okay, so finally, I want to tell you who is my Facebook mentor. Some of you were on my Blab yesterday and you met Elenas Vincent. So Elenas Vincent has a program called Facebook Traffic Explosion. Is it Explosion? Yeah. And I met her through Christian Michelson. Comment if you know who Christian Michelson is, because he is a really, really big guru in the coaching world. Yeah, I knew you would. He's like a multi-million-dollar coach. He has coached thousands and thousands of people, and he recommended Elenas Vincent. And so I I took his recommendation and I got on one of her webinars. And I was one of the first people to grab my credit card and run and purchase her program because she was offering a really cool bonus of a private session with her. So I was one of the first people to do that. And since then, I've gotten to be with her in person and get to know her and do joint ventures with her and all kinds of fun stuff. And I want to share with you some of the best tips that I learned from her. So some of them I've already told you. I told you about the behind the scenes. I just want to, awesome, Kathy. Yeah, I think everyone has heard about him. So when he was promoting Elena Vincent to his whole list, I was like, okay, obviously this lady is awesome. I'm gonna, since I'm talking about Elena, I'm gonna give a link to a webinar that she has. By the way, I'm an affiliate, so being totally transparent. But I think it's great to promote people whose programs you have purchased. So I have purchased 2 of her programs because they're so good. So check out that link for Elena and get onto her free webinar, even if it's just because you want to see someone that's good at doing webinars and good at converting them into clients. So you could look at it from that standpoint. But I got on her webinar, and her story is really cool because she was a photographer. And she was, I don't know if she was struggling. I don't know that piece of it, but I know a lot of photographers do struggle. But she was a photographer. I'm sure she was already pretty successful, but she started using Facebook to build her business. And she started getting like tons and tons of clients through Facebook. And she started developing and honing this skill of like authentic Facebook marketing that actually would cause people to reach out to her and ask her, want to do business with her. So, hey, everyone that's joining, Tracy, Jim, Jason, awesome. Yeah, I'll post the link again, Jason. There you guys go. If you want to check out Elena Vincent, I'm singing her praises on this Blab today. Also, if you're just joining, please click that button that says Tell a Little Birdie. I would so appreciate it because I know a lot of people want to hear about this. Hey, Jay. And I'm losing my train of thought here. Okay, so I listened to Lena's webinar. I was the first person to buy, and I was telling you about her story. So she went from, being a photographer, offline business, and then all of a sudden had all these clients online, and she started perfecting that skill, and she realized, wow, a lot of people don't know how to get clients from Facebook, and people started asking her. I will answer that question in just a second, Kathy. I think that's a great question. But she started getting all these clients, or all these people asking her, how are you getting clients from Facebook? And so she developed this training program, and she gives a lot of great webinars and information, but she developed this training program that is so step-by-step. It's like video tutorial if you're one of those people that's not techie or gets really easily confused, it's like this program, like, I don't know, maybe a 5th grader could follow it. It's just very detailed step-by-step. And that's what I needed because I was very confused about Facebook, even just like 2 years ago. So I want to answer Kathy's question. She's asking me, is awesome, Tracy, this is your first Blab event. That's so cool. Kathy is asking me if Blab is better than Periscope for coaches. I honestly can't answer that. I know that Danielle is on Periscope a lot and she's a coach. And I think it works really well for you, Danielle. So definitely let us know. I don't want to go too off on a tangent from what I'm talking about today, but I can't really say for sure. Yeah. So Danielle says they're both great. Yeah. So I'll tell you my take. I did a couple Periscopes, scopes, and then I tried Blab, and I just feel comfortable with Blab. Like I feel like home, it feels more professional to me. I have yet to have anyone say, lift up your shirt. On Periscope, I got a lot of creepy people. So I'm finding that I like Blab because people are professional on here. And I don't know if you find the same thing, Danielle, but also the replays are here. So I feel like with Blab, it's like you have a channel and people can come. And I think this is my 7th or 8th Blab. So you guys can watch all my other Blabs. You can watch the very first one where I didn't know what the heck I was saying. So I personally like Blab, and I'm the kind of person where I feel like you have to stick to something and be consistent. And I tell all my clients, don't try to master all the social media networks at once. Like, I focus on Facebook. I'm focusing on Blab. I do have Twitter and Instagram connected, but I'm just focusing on a couple of them that I can really develop relationships. Like, how many relationships, real relationships, can you actually have? Yeah, I like that, Danielle. Danielle's saying just like master 2 that you really crush it. It's all about getting a return on investment, right? So if you're spending all this time on Facebook, I know you guys are spending time on Facebook, make sure you're getting a return on investment. And that's why I'm singing Alina Vincent's praises and sharing this link to her free training. I think I just posted it again. Yeah. Because she talks about the mistakes that we're all probably making on Facebook and how to solve them. So I highly recommend her free training. I'm going to keep going with a couple of the things that I learned from her. So this is going to sound really silly to some people. Yeah, I love what Andy's saying. It's not about being everywhere. It's about being where it counts. I think that's so true. And what I'm doing is I'm taking my blabs and I'm going to put them on my YouTube channel. I'm going to put them on my blog. I'm going to share them on Facebook. I'm already sharing them on Facebook. So basically, if you can be in one place, but then you can share that content in other places, but I can't realistically have conversations with everyone on every platform. So I really do try to focus on Facebook for that communication as well as Blab. Yeah, isn't that cool? So Danielle's saying that when you finish your Blab, you can just upload it to your YouTube channel, which is freaking amazing. Okay, so back to my next tip. Alina Vincent taught me how to do a screenshot. So if this doesn't give you an idea of how non-techie I was, then I don't know what would, because I didn't know how to do a screenshot. And she taught us this strategy. I mean, she taught us like so many cool strategies, because when you go on Facebook, you're like, what should I post? What do I talk about? Or how do I post? If it's always like just a few sentences, you're not getting as much engagement on Facebook as you would with a photo or something like that. Hey, Sam, I'll totally answer that in just one sec. So she taught me how to do a screenshot. Well, I'm like screenshot happy now. I use it for so many things. In my group programs where people are commenting on Facebook and saying like these amazing results they're getting, I take a screenshot and then I use that on the sales page for that program, or I'll share it in other places. When I was on my webinar the other day, I took a screenshot of me on the webinar and then I posted it on Facebook and I said, hey, I just did this awesome webinar, and a bunch of people private messaged me. They wanted the webinar because I was teaching about how to do discovery sessions and how to enroll people, how to convert more of your discovery sessions. So people wanted that. They were like, oh my God, I need to learn how to book more discovery sessions and I need to learn how to convert my discovery sessions. So I private messaged them all the link, and then they watched the webinar, and out of like 10 of those people, 2 of them, which I think is pretty good, 2 of them watched my webinar and purchased the 6-week program for $497. So that was $1,000. All I did was, not all I did, I'm not going to downplay it, because we all work hard, right? But I did a webinar, I took a screenshot, I posted it on Facebook, I responded to those messages, and then people bought. So, there were several steps involved, but, this is all like not that time consuming, and it's building real relationships. So screenshots, that's one of the biggest tools that I learned. Just you can use them to show what you're doing. Going back to that other tip about behind the scenes, showing people what you're doing. For example, when I was building the sales page for my program where I teach how to do discovery sessions, I took a screenshot and said like, we're working on the sales page. Look how beautiful it is. Da da da. It's like letting people know that the program is going to be open for enrollment soon. And so we do a lot of things like that. I'm just trying to answer these questions. Do you know if it goes public on YouTube? I don't know the answer to that either. But I think that I have my YouTube channel set where everything is unlisted until I want it to be public. So I think, I think you'll just have to test that out. Okay, what someone's asking me what program I use to build my webinars. I have been using GoToWebinar for a long time, but I just switched over to Webinar Jam. And that's been pretty good so far. People can see me, which is something different. And I think people like that. I can also create evergreen webinars with Webinar Jam. So I'm going to be doing that as well. What other tips that I want to share with you? Oh, okay. This is the other tip. So how I've gotten, 10K clients, again, being visible, being in the groups, and then inviting people into my group through private conversation. And the thing that I was going to show you guys was when somebody friends me, and this is a new thing I'm doing, but when someone friends me on Facebook, I send them a message, and then I don't know if you can see this, but I made this graphic in Canva, and it's basically like all about me, and I'm trying this out. Hopefully it's not too it's nothing bragging on me. It just says, I like jazz music, I like speaking, I like reading books, I like traveling, I live in Seattle. And then I have like the name of my company, all my websites, some pictures of me like in Paris and Australia, and I have a picture of my logo. And then I also have all my social media profiles down there. So I saw another girl do this and I thought it was such a great idea. So I decided to do the same thing. And so when people message me, I'm responding and saying, hey, thanks for friending me. I'd love to get to know you. Here's a little bit about me. And if you can't read this at the top, it says a bit about me. Like right there, it says a bit about me. And it's just talking about who I am. And it has all my social media channels. So I'm basically inviting them to my Facebook group, to find me on Blab, to find me on Instagram. Yeah, isn't that a great idea, Sassy Savvy BA? Thanks for being on again. I wish I could remember the awesome young woman that did that. Hers was way cooler than mine in some ways because she had really funny stuff about herself and I couldn't think of anything like interesting or funny. So I just put I'm a mom, blah, blah, blah. Like I just put basic stuff, but if you can get more clever, it probably will get people's more attention. You don't get that too much on Facebook. It's annoying on Twitter. Okay. Tell me more what you mean. Cause I didn't maybe catch what you were saying before that. No, I'm not using a tripod. I'm just on my, I'm on my computer actually. And that's the other reason why I think I'm more comfortable with Blab than Periscope is because I have a nice setup here in my office. And I have a window in front of me, so I have pretty good light. And then I just put my laptop right here. And so it just works for me. I know Periscope is amazing. It's an amazing tool. You can do it from wherever, but you can do Blab on your phone. I actually was on Blab on my phone the other day and I got onto somebody else's Blab and it works just fine, but you're holding it or you could put it in a tripod. All right, so I want to share the link again for Elena because that's really what I'm here to talk about today is I want to encourage you to go to her webinar and take her free training. You don't have to buy anything if you don't want to, but listen to her training because she's going to cover the top 5 mistakes that people are making on Facebook. I've made all the mistakes. I've gotten booted out of a group before. I've gotten in trouble. and what I was saying at the beginning of this Blab is be nice to people with their marketing messages. I still make mistakes, in an effort to try to share your message and be authentic. Sometimes it doesn't always land well. So understand that people are trying to figure out their way to authentically market. So be nice to people, send them a private message that's nice and say, hey, you can't post that in this group, or just be friendly. Don't hate on people because they're, you think they're being too spammy. Maybe you just need to say, hey, that's coming across spammy, or, maybe that's not allowed in this group or something like that. But do read the group guidelines so that you don't get in trouble with Facebook groups. What else was I going to show you? Tell you? Yeah, those are pretty much my tips. I've learned so many other tips from Elena, how to get more people to see your posts, how to get people to actually comment. When you post on Facebook and nobody says anything, and be honest, not all of my posts have engagement, but that's why I focus more on Facebook groups because I actually can have more of a conversation than say, just randomly posting maybe my personal page, it's more personal, or my business page. If you don't have a lot of engagement there, where is your engagement going? So for those of you that want to know how to get more engagement on your business page, I personally don't focus on my business page. I focus on groups because that's where the people are that I'm talking to. So you have to be kind of smart about it. I hear an echo now. All right. So anyway, I think we have a couple more minutes. Let's see, another question. In groups where you can give a CTA, do you ask people to PM you? Yeah. So Andy's asking, in groups where you can give a call to action, do I ask people to private message me or do I post my link? I've done a combination of things. Recently, I've been offering discovery session audits. And so I created my offer, and what I do is I evaluate how they're getting their discovery sessions, like, or if they're not, what the problem is. And then I evaluate why they're not converting, what's wrong with their closing ratio and like what they can do to fix that. So I've been posting that offer for that. And I think I had people PM me. I had them private message me. So by the way, when anyone comments on any of your posts, even if they like it, sometimes I'll put, hey, so-and-so, I'll tag them. Thanks for stopping by, just to try to like create a conversation, because, we're probably all guilty of just liking a post, but not saying anything. And I feel like likes they don't really do anything. I mean, you like something and then it's like, what? There's no conversation. So if someone does like something or comment, if they comment, I'll private message them. Not every time, but as much as I can, I'll private message and say, thanks so much for that really nice comment on my post. And then I might start a conversation with them like, what's your specialty? That's my favorite question, because I help people hone in on their specialty. So I love finding out like, what's your specialty? So I'll ask that question quite a bit to get the conversation going. Other times, Andy, I have put my link, either my link to my actual online scheduler, or if I want people to apply, I'll send them to permissiontocharge.com, where they actually have to fill out an application, and then they get a link to my calendar after they answer questions. So if you want to see a consultation page, permissiontocharge.com, you guys can check that out too. And it just depends on, I'm just going to answer or speak to this because people ask me all the time, should you make people apply for your discovery session, or should you just send them to your scheduling link? And the way I answer that is depends on your goal. Like, I have booked so many consultations, discovery sessions this month. It's like insane. And most of them are from just what I'm doing on Facebook. Some of them are coming from my Facebook ad campaign that just started. But more of them are coming from just my own free, efforts, nothing that I've paid for. What's my secret sauce? Oh my God. Let me think about that for a second. That's a really good, my secret sauce is charging your worth, because that's what my company is all about. Danielle says application. Yeah, I wanted to speak on that though. I say that it depends on your goal. Like, if you're practicing discovery sessions or consultations, you might want to have a lot of them, and you might want to take people straight to your consultation page. If you have clients and you're ready to be a lot more selective, which I think it's always good to be selective, but again, it depends on your goals. Because if you're not getting any discovery sessions, you do want to make it really easy for people to book one with you, especially if you feel like you're not very good at them. You want to do as many as you can. So it really depends on your goals. For a lot of you that are more established in your business, you're probably going to want to make people apply. But recently, I haven't been making people apply, especially because I have a lower priced group program. And my closing ratio is usually like 78 or 80%. So I know every time I talk to someone, I will most likely enroll them into a program. So for me, depending on my goals that month, I might not make people apply because I want to talk to more people. So, hey, Deb, hey, Alicia, hey, Nancy. If you guys would follow me, follow Danielle, follow Andy. I love the people that have contributed. I think you should follow them. And I know they're probably also doing Blabs as well. And there's a little button that says Tell a Little Birdie. And you can share this with other people. I'm about to wrap up here, so I'm sorry for those of you that just came on. You probably want to listen to, yeah, you're welcome, Andy. You probably want to listen to the replay, because I shared a lot of my stats, some tips, things that I do on Facebook to book discovery sessions and consults, and how I've grown my Facebook group to think we're at 378 today or something members. I know Danielle has a really pretty large Facebook group too, and she mentioned that she has a lead magnet directing people to there. And all of this, I want to give credit to Alina Vincent. I did her Facebook traffic explosion program, and I learned if you're someone who's like not techie and you didn't know how to do a screenshot like me, her program is so step-by-step, like here's how to do a screenshot, here's how to get people to comment on your post, here's how to use Canva and make graphics. I wasn't even using Canva a couple years ago to make various graphics or PicMonkey, and I didn't even know really what to do. So now if you follow me on Facebook, I have a lot of graphics. I post a lot. I have a group. I'm actually on Instagram, like imagine that. So I encourage you to check out her free training. I'm posting it again, posting the link. It's 5 mistakes people are making on Facebook and how to avoid them. I know I've made a ton of mistakes. So next time I'd love to bring people on the Blab. Today I just had a certain amount of time, and Danielle, I want to interview you. So will you like private message me on Facebook? What I'm doing is setting up my my permission to charge show, because that's really my usual topic is charging your worth, pricing and packaging your expertise, and sales. But your sales skills, whether you're good at converting your clients or not, it doesn't matter if you don't have leads. So I would love to have Danielle on and talk more about social media as well. That would be so much fun. So, all right, everyone. Well, I really appreciate you taking time out of your day to be here with me and with everyone else and joining the conversation. What does your Facebook accomplish? Kathy, I would love to answer that. I just need to know, my Facebook group. Actually, you know what? Let me post a link to my Facebook group. If you are a female entrepreneur, especially coaches, sorry guys, I'm really not meaning to exclude people. It's just that I polled my group and they were like, no, we wanted to keep it women. So I tried to open it up for men, and they just weren't having it. So I'm sorry, but that's why I'm in a lot of other Facebook groups. Like I'm in the Life Coaches group, which is great. That should be a link to my Facebook group for female entrepreneurs. So love to have you join that group. I talk about how to price and package your coaching programs, or if you're like a healer or something like that. And then we talk a lot about sales as well, how to attract discovery sessions or consults. And so I hope you got some good tips. I hope sharing my stats over the past year or so inspired you, because if I can go from hating Facebook a couple of years ago to actually having 60% of my clients come to me through Facebook, and even having clients hire me for $10,000 plus coaching programs by finding me on Facebook, I think that's absolutely amazing. So again, I'm going to do a final push and share with you Alina's, that's my Facebook group. Sorry. I want to just one last time give you the link. I really highly recommend you listen to Alina. She came highly recommended from Christian Michelson, which you guys know he's famous. And her trainings are awesome. So check it out. I have personally purchased them. I am her affiliate, and I only like to promote people that I've actually purchased their programs. So, or worked with them personally. Yeah, we talk about womanly things. Not really. It's all business stuff, Derek. So anyway, thank you so much. I have a consult to do in a moment here, so I got to go. And please follow me so that you can be alerted the next time I do a Blab. I'm doing them a few times a week, and I'm also interviewing people. So I'm really excited to interview other experts, and I will see you all later. Bye-bye. Thank you so much. I had so much fun. Bye.